여러분, welcome back to 한국어천재. It is now time for a very special Friday segment. 달라. We are here with 임상혁, 통역, 전문가님. Okay, how are you feeling this week?
Perfect, but a bit tired.
Bit tired?
Yeah,
Okay.
although I didn't do any work today.
That's when you feel the most tired, right?
Yes, that's right.
Doing nothing is actually a very difficult job, actually,
That's
guys.
right.
So we are back again, and we're going to be translating Korean and English phrases to each other. What words and phrases do you have for us this week?
Okay, so before we dive deep, I would like to ask you a question, Chambo. Do you have like your life motto for your life, for example, from a book or from a movie? Do you have your favorite quote? Or
I think
lines?
I do have one.
Which one?
And it works in both English and Korean.
Okay. Yeah.
인생은 한방, aka YOLO, baby.
Okay, that's like the most trendy lines nowadays.
That's
right.
exactly it.
Yeah, so actually, my favorite line from the movie is "Keep your friends close and your enemies closer." From The Godfather.
Hey, yo, what have you been through?
Actually, it was a tough life for me.
와, 진짜. 오,
Just kidding.
경험 많이 있으시겠네요.
Maybe. 네, 그래서 오늘은 우리가 좌우명이라고 하고 영어로는 모토라고 하죠. 그래서 좌우명과 관련된 표현을 들고 왔습니다. 우리가 이제 살아가면서 다들 좌우명 하나씩 좀 가지고 있을 텐데요. 우리가 인생을 살아가면서 나침판으로 삼는 좌우명에 대해 오늘 알아가는 시간을 가질 겁니다. So because if you have a motto, you can get your energy from that line, and if you're feeling lost whenever you're living your day, whenever you're juggling through your daily lives, you can actually use those motto to become your direction for the future, right?
So I actually have a question.
Okay.
Why in Korean is it called a 좌우명? Left to right?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think it's because the kind of motto is always surrounding you from the left to the right. So maybe that's because it's 좌우명.
Okay, I like the explanation.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, it
okay,
works.
so what 좌우명, what 표현들 do we have today?
Okay, so the first 좌우명 will be go with the flow. 인생은 흘러가는 대로. 내가 주체적으로 무엇을 하기보다는 그냥 흐름에 몸을 맡겨. Ride the tide, ride the wave. 이런 뜻이죠. 갑자기 회사에서 if you make mistake in your office or when you're like in a tragic situation, you have to overcome and surmount those challenges. But rather than being too harsh on yourself, you should just take it in and feel easy going and just do what you want. 그래서 그냥 받아들이고 즐기라는 뜻도 담겨 있고요. 예를 들어서 This year I am going to leave my troubles and problems to someone else. I will take in and go with the flow. 그래서 올해는 나는 이제 문제 같은 것들 그런 것들 이제 신경 안 쓰고 그냥 남들이 알아서 해결해 주겠지라는 생각으로 살 거고 나는 이제 그냥 흐름에 몸을 맡기면서 살 거야 라는 뜻이죠.
궁금한 거 있는데요. 여행하실 때는
Okay.
Are you the type who likes everything planned out or do you like to go with the flow?
Well, actually, I'm the one who go with the flow. Well, you know nowadays do you know MBTI? The MBTI is
God.
really trendy. So the last letter is P with almost 100%, which means that I don't make plans whenever I go abroad. I just set out only the broad plans and. For instance, if I just walk down the street of a New York City and if I found a very fancy restaurant, I just go in and enjoy myself.
Oh, even fancy restaurants.
Okay,
That's
maybe.
relaxed. That's chill. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
I see that. Okay. So what's our next phrase for today?
네, 다음은 It happens to the best of us 라는 뜻입니다. 이게 한국어로 바로 이렇게 이해가 되는 그런 코트는 아닌데요. 이게 한국어로는 Everyone make mistakes. 누구나 실수는 할 수 있다라는 뜻입니다. 예를 들어서 내가 실수로 친구의 소중한 물건을 잃어버렸을 때 아니면 내가 시험을 망쳤을 때 그럴 때 내 주변 사람들이 나한테 It happens to the best of us 라고 말할 수 있죠. 이게 처음에는 잘 무슨 뜻인지 모를 수 있는데 이게 속뜻을 잘 보면 살아가면서 누구나 실수를 할 수 있으니까 그냥 don't worry, 걱정하지 말라 라는 뜻입니다. So for example, you come up to me and say, I worked for this paper all months to graduate, but yesterday I accidentally erased the file from my desktop. 이라고 갑자기 저에게 말하면 So as a friend, I would say, I'm sorry to hear that, Chamba, but don't be harsh on yourself. It happens to the best of us. 라고 할 수 있겠죠. 네.
자주 쓰이긴 해요. 그리고 if we're thinking in Korean, I think there's a few different ways you could do it too.
Okay.
Like, I think I do it accidentally, but I say 그려.
아,
그냥 okay, 뭐 아니면 그럴 수 있다. 아니면 똥 밟았다.
예.
Happens to the best of us. 똥 밟았다 그냥 어쩔 수
그럴 수
없어.
있지, 막
네,
이런
그럴 수
식으로.
있지, right?
Yeah,
뭐.
like that.
Okay. I hope you don't have too many of these. It happens to the best of us in your life. 좀 더 긍정적인 삶 사시길 바라겠습니다.
Okay, so the next phrase that I would like to share with you guys is it's no use crying over split milk.
Spilled milk.
spilled milk.
Spilled milk. Yeah.
Yeah, spilled milk. 그래서 이게 사실 한국어로도 완전히 이제 똑같은 그 속담이 있어요.
있어요?
이미 엎질러진 물이다. The water is already spilled, so you can't just retrieve it back. 라고 할 수 있겠죠. 그러니까 이게 뭐 말 그대로 이미 엎질러진 뭐 milk, 우유이기 때문에 아니면 물이기 때문에 it's no use if you just regret it. 후회도 소용없다라는 뜻이죠. 한국어로는 이미 엎질러진 물 혹은 소 잃고 외양간 고쳐도 소용없다라는 뜻으로 해석될 수 있습니다. In English, I think this is it's no use fixing the stable after the horse has already left. I think it was something like that.
Yo, okay. So 이미 엎질러진 물이다. I've never heard that one. Is that a 속담 or just 그냥 표현인가요?
It's more closer to expression.
Just expression?
Idioms. Okay. Like, so, for example, Simon has spent all his money for buying a new car.
Oh my God, Simon, not again.
Okay. And now he doesn't have any money left. It's no use crying over spilled milk.
어차피 망쳤다.
그렇죠. 이미 망쳤으니까 어쩔 수 없다.
어쩔 수 없어.
Let's just take it.
Take it as it comes, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that connects to our next one. What's our fourth expression?
네, 그래서 네 번째 표현은요. Don't sweat the small stuff. 사소한 것에 목숨 걸지 마라는 뜻으로 또 해석이 될 수 있습니다. 작고 사사로운 것에 기운 빼지 말라는 뜻입니다. 친구가 물건을 잃어버렸다고 침울해 있는데 이럴 때 뭐 사용할 수 있겠죠 if you're really close to that friend. So, for example, although you lost some pennies, it is no use crying over a spilled milk. Please don't sweat on the small stuff. You will earn much more money later on, so don't worry and don't whine.
Yeah, I think that's a very important thing to maintain in life. Like these days, it's all about remaining in the present, 현대 생각하고 사는 것은 중요하다고 하는 건데요. 항상 우리는 부정적인 오늘은 이 일이 생겼다, 저 일이 생겼다, 나쁜 것에 집중하시는데 it's important. Focus on the happiness, right?
Right. So rather than just sticking to the petty stuff, you have to just go for bold and something big later on.
Absolutely. You don't think about the small stuff, you achieve the bigger stuff later on. Okay.
Okay, and although you may go for the big stuff, there are, of course, some cases when you are actually misunderstanding or you are actually not getting that big stuff, which means 착각 속에 빠져 있을 때가 있죠. So that actually relates to the next expression that I would like to show you.
Okay.
Is Cakeism, can't have your cake and eat it.
Oh, yes.
한국어로는 달콤한 착각이라고 뭐 해석이 될 수 있는데요. 이게 사실 그 영국이 유럽 연합을 탈퇴하는 브렉시트를 결정했을 때 영국에는 EU 탈퇴 이후에도 뭐 무역이나 이민 등에 있어서 이전과 동일한 이익, 베네핏을 누릴 수 있을 거라 믿는 사람들이 있었어요. 그래서 이렇게 선택에 따른 책임은 지지 않고 이득만 누리려는 사람들을 약간은 criticize, 꼬집기 위해 등장한 용어가 바로 Cakeism입니다. So, 당시 그 총리였죠. The Prime Minister 보리스 총리가 Our policies are to have a cake and eating it. 이라고 한 것에서 유래된 단어입니다. So for example, you can't have wealth and fame at the same time. That's cakeism. You gotta choose only one. 이라고 쓸 수 있겠네요.
I feel like I've heard something very similar in Korean as well. But
what is that?
I don't think it's translating properly. I'm thinking like 우물안 개구리 아니면 개구리 올챙이적 생각 못하는. It's wrong though. It's not the same. It's very different.
It's somewhat different. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 욕심 너무 부리지 마. You can't have everything.
So you're not trying to be responsible, but you only want the golden icing on the top.
Exactly. So when you're negotiating contract, 좀 양보해야 가지고 뭐 꼭 갖고 싶은 거를 있으면 그럼 you gotta 양보 to get the contracts going. But if you don't negotiate at all, you're not going to get what you want at all. You fail everything. You don't get any cake. Okay.
That's right. And next, I would like to share, especially when you're in difficult situation, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. 힘들 때도 최선을 다해라라는 뜻인데요.
이게
okay, maybe.
That's easy.
Okay, that sounds easy, but it's not actually. 그래서 먼저 우리가 레몬의 이 뜻을 좀 알아야 될 것 같은데, because lemon is sour, so it refers to some sour issues or tragedy or sorrow. 그래서 만약 뭐 역경, 슬픔이 너한테 닥쳐도 굴복하지 말고 더 노력해서 그 고난 속에서 최선을 다하고 무언가를 성취해라. Make lemonade라는 뜻으로 쓸 수 있습니다. For example, I was really sick when I was in the 12th grade of high school. Nevertheless, I managed to get into Yale. I made lemonade out of lemons.
I think this is one of my favorite English phrases as well because like if you're going through hard times, you have some like lemons in your life. 뭐 그냥 사이다 같은 거 만들면 되지 않을까요? Is there something similar in Korean? Like 원래 그냥 그대로 먹으면 맛이 없지만 근데 다른 재료를 넣어서 더 맛있어지는 그런
Actually,
거 있을까요?
I can think of one expression, but I'm not getting there right now.
Okay.
Okay.
아니요, 음식도 약간 피 그대로 먹으면 좀 쓸 수 있는데 대신 순대를 만드는 경우가
okay, that's a good one, actually.
그렇지. Okay, we're going to quickly listen to a song while we find the word. 이 노래는 바로 Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. We'll be right back shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talla Talla, our weekly Friday episode where we take English expressions and explain them in Korean and vice versa. How are we doing today?
Perfect.
Perfect?
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Although it's difficult, I should make lemonade out of these lemons, right?
We're feeling a bit tired. We make the most of it by getting extra energy.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. So we're talking about how lemons and lemonade are taking bad situations, making them good. What is our next expression for today?
Okay, so the next expression, I think it was on several advertisements. The gift that keeps on giving. 이게 한국어로 끊이지 않는 혜택이라는 뜻입니다. 좋은 일이 계속 반복해서 일어나는 것을 뜻하고요. 옛날 미국에서 가전제품 광고의 슬로건으로 많이 쓰였다고 하는데요. 광고 모델이 이렇게 나와서 The gift that keeps on giving 이라고 말하는 대사가 한때 유행했다고 하네요. For example, subscribing Netflix is like a gift that keeps on giving. You will then fall into an immense sea of contents, videos, and TV shows and films.
That is true, except it's a gift you got to pay for. So.
That's right.
Oh, what's another good? 끊이지 않은 혜택 또 뭐가 있을까요? What is another gift that keeps on giving? Love? Falling in love? You'd hope it keeps on giving.
Okay, I guess so. Although it can hurt you sometimes.
Let's hope that everyone has long-lasting love for the rest of our lives. Yay! Okay. What else we got?
Okay, the next term is loose lips sink ships. 입이 가벼우면 화를 입는다.
Oh.
So whenever there are more than two people, there are always gossips about others. But actually, it's not appropriate to talk about others behind their backs. 그래서 남에 대한 뒷담화를 계속하면 화를 입을 수 있다라는 뜻에서 loose lips sink ships. 그래서 입이 loose, 가벼우면 이제 배가 가라앉을 수 있다는 뜻입니다. 남에 대한 뒷담화를 막 하거나 뭐 남이 안 들을 때 다른 사람한테 그 사람 욕을 하면은 너한테 그 화살이 다 돌아온다라는 뜻이죠. So, for example, if you come up to me, hey, Simon, have you heard what happened to Eric recently? He broke up with, and I say, yes, but please don't talk others behind their backs. Remember, loose lips sink ships.
You know, it's one of these things where if somebody is talking about somebody else behind their back to you, you know that they're talking about you behind your back to other people. There's actually an Australian version of this expression.
Okay.
I can't say the full expression because Australian English has a lot of swear words, but essentially it's talk something, get hit. Talk thing, get hit, and it rhymes.
I think I can assume what the blank
You can figure out
means,
what it is. So guys, don't talk thing and you won't have 화를 입지 않을 거예요.
맞아요. 그래서 남에 대한 뒷담화를 가급적이면 하지 않는 게 좋겠죠. 우리가 인생을 살아가면서. 왜냐하면 말씀하신 대로 내 앞에서 다른 사람의 욕을 하는 사람은 딴 데 가서도 내 욕을 하기 때문이죠.
I think the key is to only say things that you would be comfortable saying in front of the person too.
Right, that's right.
그럼 그 사람 앞에서도 앞담화 하는 것만큼 괜찮으면 그럼 뒷담화 하셔도 돼요. Okay.
그렇죠.
So what's the next one?
Okay. So the next one is also related to ships. A ship at harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. 안주하지 말고 나아가야 한다라는 뜻인데 이게 배가 주로 항구에 정박해 있는데 항구는 무언가 뭐 편안한 곳, 안정적인 장소, it means your comfort zone. 근데 배가 항구에만 묶여 있으면 앞으로 나아갈 수 없듯이 우리가 어디 한 곳에 막 안주하지 말고 이제 거친 파도를 뚫고 도전을 해야 한다라는 뜻입니다. For example, if you are staying too much in your comfort zone, you will lag behind the competition. So bring yourself and move on. That's what ships are for.
I like this one. I haven't heard this one in English or Korean, but I really like it. A ship at harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. Wow. So you can be safe and comfortable in your bed doing nothing all day. But yeah, 좀 제대로 도전해 보시고 you can achieve your dreams, right?
It seems you like ambitious goals.
Yeah, like, you know, it's so easy in life to fall into a rut where you're just not happy with where you're going. But when you have people inspiring you and engaging you to be happy, I feel energized. How do you feel when you hear this sort of stuff?
Actually, I feel pressure.
You feel pressure.
Yeah, 부담되죠, 조금은.
You know, there is 진짜 저에게 완전히 부담스러운 한국 속담 있어요.
What is that?
물이 들어올 때 노를 저어라. Because the idea is 지금 찬스다. 지금 안 잡는다면 안 잡으면 그럼 아예 기회 다시 없을 거예요. But I feel like it's too much pressure for the moment. 또 다시 물 들어가게 하면 되잖아요. 그럼 just relax, bro. Let me do my thing, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. So it's really actually important to make a balance between pressuring yourself and moving on and staying in the comfort zone and taking a good rest.
Yeah, there's a thin line, right? Between pressure and inspiration. Okay, that's a good one. So what's the next one we have?
Okay, the next one is it is better to light a candle than to curse a darkness. 이게 불평보다는 감사하면서 살아라라는 뜻인데 여기서 okay, so light a candle means to find hopes, find something positive out of the darkness, and here the darkness means a tragic situation. 그래서 불평불만하기보다는 주변 환경에 대해서 불만을 갖고 막 그렇게 침울해져 있기보다는 그 위기 속에서 그 환경 속에서 희망을 가지고 살아가라, 촛불을 켜라라는 뜻입니다. So for example, there are always those people who are always frustrated and unhappy about their situation. But as you know, it is better to light a candle than to curse a darkness. So be grateful about what you have right now. 가진 것에 감사하면서 살아라 라는 뜻도 되겠죠.
이것도 좋네요. Like, 어둠을 욕하지 말고 불을 켜라. How good is that? I like that one.
Yeah,
I haven't heard this one before either. I'm loving this. This is amazing.
And there's also somewhat similar quote, stop and smell the roses. I think this one was also in one of the lyrics of a very famous pop singer. But 이게 또 바쁜 일상 속에서 as you're living busy daily lives, 이제 잠시 멈춰서서 장미꽃을 이제 향기를 맡아봐라라는 뜻인데요. 이것도 뭐 바쁜 일상 속에서 지치지만 또 이제 잠시 쉬면서 내가 가진 것을 돌아보고 감사하면서 살아라라는 뜻이 될 수 있겠죠.
That's a beautiful one as well. I think I hear that one a lot more commonly than the candle one. Stop and smell the roses.
Stop and smell the roses.
안 좋은 인생에서 뭐 사소한 행복을 좀 찾아라. 뭐 있어요.
네, 사소한 행복. 소확행이라고도 하죠, 한국어로는.
소확행.
네, 소소하지만 확실한 행복.
아, 소확행.
Yeah, also, although it's small and petty, actually that certain thing gives you certain 100% happiness, then that's 소확행.
So, 소소하지만
확실한
행복.
행복.
I like that.
Yes.
Okay. So, speaking of 행복 and 확실한 행복, what's our next one?
Okay, so the next one is also about happiness. Be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. 다른 누군가의 무지개가 되어줘. Actually, it's a quote from a very famous American poet named Maya Angelou. 그래서 다른 누군가의 마음속에 무지개가 되어서 그 사람에게 행복과 기쁨을 주라는 뜻입니다. 혹은 친구나 지인의 있는 그대로를 just accept them, whoever they may be. 그래서 있는 그대로 그냥 받아들이라 라는 뜻이죠. Although your girlfriend always whines to you about her stressful day, be a rainbow for her cloud. 라고 하면은 여자친구가 뭐 하루 힘들었어, 나 너무 힘들었어, 막 짜증내고 막 투정 부려도 그냥 다독여주면서 여자친구 마음속에 무지개가 되어주라 라는 또 뜻도 되겠죠.
Yeah, don't get all depressed and stuff. It's not about you. You can make other people happy too. So I think we have time for just one more. Can we do the final one? I like the final one. That
Okay. So the final one is fake it till you make it. 해낼 때까지 계속 속이고 자신을 또 속이고 속여라. 그래서 내가 행복하지 않아도 if you just believe that you are actually happy, then you will one day become happy. 그래서 이렇게 계속 자기 자신을 속이고 목적을 달성하기 위해서 노력하면은 그 목표를 이룰 수 있을 것이다. 라는 뜻입니다. My role model is David Beckham. So from now on, I'm going to fake it till I make it to become like him.
그렇게 쉬었으면 좋겠어요. But okay, 상영님, thank you so much for coming in. I won't be seeing you next week, but our listeners and Punita will for sure. We are going to go to a quick song break before we continue with the show. Barbie Girl by Aqua, requested by 4993번님. Thank you again for coming, 상영님.
Thank you.